Music is all around us. It's our escape, our enjoyment, and for some of us, it's our life. Music is a form of expression on a global level, but some of the best music can be found at your back door. North Carolina has always been known as a state with creative and talented musicians. Some of the best music written in decades can be found right in your local scene, and we showcase them for you here. This is NC Music, the local selections. Recently, we caught up with 3 members of the 5-piece post-grunge band Rusthoney at their local music shop, Buchanan's Music in Sanford. Chris Johnson, Brad Terry, and Phil Johnson gave us a minute of their time to talk about the state of popular music and why they got into this industry.
Well, in a band setting, I've been playing music since the start of college, since 2006. Seriously, I've had instruments for the better part of 10 years, but I've been playing serious since 2006. So. Where's that? About 8 years, 6 years. I can't do math.
I've been playing music seriously probably for about 9 or 10 years. I actually started taking piano lessons when I was 5. Never did a whole lot with that. And I started playing drums probably when I was 10. And picked up the guitar probably when I was about 14.
You know, you get through phases of music as you grow up. So I really enjoyed Matt Freeman from Rancid. He really did it for me in the beginning. Then I really liked the old school stuff, so I listened to a lot of John Paul Jones and John Entwistle from The Who, John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin. Both those guys, I love their styles. Still love John Paul Jones' style today, but my biggest influence is Robert DeLeo from Stone Temple Pilots. He's definitely the man. I love his arpeggio and the way he moves around the fretboard and his box patterns. It kind of suits to the style that I play now a lot, so it's what I enjoy listening to.
When I started playing music, I started on the guitar, and I was listening to a bunch of different stuff, a lot of like acoustic stuff, like Hootie and the Blowfish and stuff like that. And then a really good friend of mine, Matt, gave me a Nirvana CD, and it was just like, it was, in those crappy little love movies you see where like everybody's the hearts and stuff, and that was what it was with the Nirvana CD. It was just like, this is exactly what I wanted to play, this angsty, angry, and stuff. And I tried to learn the guitar, and I learned a couple of Nirvana songs on the guitar, but I was really drawn to the drums. And then I went online, and then I saw these videos of Dave Grohl playing the drums, and his energy and like his anger and his passion for his music and his craft was really showing through, and that was a huge influence. And I saw the way he would swing the sticks, and I saw how he did it, and then I bought a really cheap, crappy $150 drum set from like my cousin or something, and that thing was ragged, dude. It was awful. But I put it up just like Dave set his up, and then I watched Dave hit a cymbal, and I'd hit it the same way, and then I'd hit the snare, and everything that I know from the drums I learned from watching Dave Grohl. So Dave is certainly my biggest influence. And then of course, the classics. John Bonham from Led Zeppelin. I mean, that guy is the greatest drummer of all time. And if you say otherwise, then you're an idiot. That is the highest echelon, I guess, of drummers, is John Bonham. So Grohl, Bonham, Sean Kinney from Alice in Chains is a huge influence
I went through a lot of different phases when I was learning to play guitar. When I first started, I was really into like the Offspring and Bush and stuff like that. But then I started to go back to more classical stuff, a lot of Zeppelin, AC/DC, Sabbath, stuff like that. So I've had a lot of different influences. Biggest ones probably Jimmy Page, Buck Dharma from Blue Oyster Cult, Jerry Cantrell, Dean DeLeo.
Working at a music shop and playing music as much as I do, we have conversations about this all the time. It just doesn't seem like the musicianship is there anymore. It seems like back when things weren't digitalized and production value wasn't so high, you really had to play to make anything sound good. And I think people are just overcompensating with what's going on now in the digital music world, so it's taken away from a lot of the true arts and craft of playing music. So a lot of it's not nearly as good. There's some good stuff out there, don't get me wrong, but most of it, the stuff that I enjoy, is more like the old stuff. To tell you the truth, it's not even like new music, because it's really hard to duplicate things that are good, and new music is just so electronic and produced to the nth degree that I just don't enjoy it that much.
Music today it's a grab bag. It's completely random, and most of the stuff on mainstream radio is terrible. It's awful. It's all incredibly processed with computers and electronic shit, and then you can't really get you can't get the little details of great music with that.
Well, if it's not gimmicky, it's boring. I mean, it's the originality is gone. Everything's written by, a handful of people. No one really cares that much about expression anymore. As long as you can dance to it, it's good, I guess.
I
hate this
what I really been wanting to do with things, but expression is a big part of music. It's a big part of rock and roll. Rock and roll was built on expressing yourself and kind of railing against things that you didn't like. So you acted out, and it was a public forum for you to act out and show your creativity and how much you enjoyed it and how much you felt what you were doing.
Hey, after this interview, we can go smoke a cigarette.
We can.
And then we can play Fan Divas.
That's true. I think I'm way more excited about the cigarette.
I think I am too.
If it wasn't 800 degrees.